Greetings, viewers, and welcome to Abiotic Factor, where we're going to play a new single-player world. I have been looking forward to this. I finally think I have time to work on this as a project. So we'll play a few episodes of this and see how it goes. It's going to start single-player only. I'd love to get more people in the Discord server and maybe get some multiplayer sessions going. Per world basis. Okay, I've looked at these a little bit. There's lab assistant, epimedical bionomicist, kinematic researcher, architectonic consultant, phytogenic botanist, somatic gastrologist, paratheoretical physicist, defense analyst, and summer intern. If you add these all up, 10 starting points plus 8, that's 18 points. 9 starting points plus 5, that's 14. 8 plus 8, 16. 7 plus 6, 13. 9 plus 8. No, 9 plus 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9 plus 7, 16. 9 plus 7, 16. This one. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 8, 17. So, lab assistant peaks at 18. Para-theoretical physicist gives you 17 points to start. Defense analyst, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9 and 5 is only 14, even though those sound like nice combat skills. Summer intern, it seems like they penalize you for not taking one of the other classes. None of these come with negatives, but they do penalize you on summer intern by only giving you 12 points. That's the lowest of all of them. So we're going to start with lab assistant since it's the most. And there's a bunch of skills. Fanny pack, getting extra hotbar slots, 2 extra hotbar slots, 10 points. That's all we have. I don't think extra hotbar slots must be nice, but it seems strongly discouraged. Decathlon competitor sprinting, wrinkly brain meat, 20% more XP than normal. Yes, please. We're going to start with that for a XP bonus. I have no idea what's in store, but if you give me XP, I want more of it from the start. Night owl. Fatigued slower, maybe. I don't know. Hobbyist chef, cooking twice as fast. Terrible at games that involve cooking. Cooking is like basically brewing your own potions usually in games like this. Inconspicuous 4, 2 sneaking. Whoa, we are a sneaky guy. That's possible. Weathered. Less affected by temperature changes. Thick, I'm hoping we'll get clothes for that. Thick-skinned. 50% lower chance receiving bleeding injuries. Let's try not to get injured too much. First aid certification. 5 bandages and first aid. That seems valuable. I'm not sure how hard first aid is going to be to, like, how much damage. I'm not sure how this is going to go. I know there's fighting in here. There's like bugs and creatures and you gotta craft stuff, but not sure how hard that fighting is going to be. So I may regret not being first aid if we don't take that. Gardener, farming, I guess. We're going to have to set up bases in farming in this. Light eater, 20% less food. I like the sound of that. If it's got hard survival stuff and we starve to death, that's going to suck. Naturally moist. Thirsty less often. Okay, so the food and drink are separate. Self-defense. You took the gate-provided self-defense course. You deal 3 plus damage to all melee weapons. 5 points for that. So that's quite expensive. That and Decathlon competitor is 5 points. So these 3 points here are really worth 5 points, which is showing that lab assistant is really giving you like good value for the money here. Sneaking is 2 points for 4. So like there's nothing else that aids sneaking. So I'd say that's another 5 points, right? So yeah, again, a sign that it's good value, even though I have no idea how valuable any of these skills are going to be in the game because I haven't really done a lot of poking around in this. Strength. There is one that gives me strength, right? Buff Brainiac. You can carry 15% more weight than other scientists. Well, I mean, lean into your strengths. That seems like a reasonable use for one of our 4 points, is just kind of make us a round 333 character, whatever that means. And then we have 2 points left, so Bladder of Steel or Hobbyist Chef. And I mean, you heard what I just said about cooking. Let's go Bladder of Steel. Bladder of Steel is, I can hold it for quite some time. Your toilet needs are reduced by 20%. I think that's pretty much it. We're gonna finish and go in final decision. Yep, I am ready. Commit. All right, we've just come out of the elevator where we were redirected when some kind of warning went off when we immediately after arriving at the gate facility, which was just an elevator down to this place. Hi, Dr. Thule.
Ah, you're stuck here too, eh? I came down from level 8 for a coffee. Now I'm locked in here for God knows how long. It'll be those fools on level 3 overreacting.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Looks like Jaeger's locked out. Typical. See if you can let him in. Maybe he knows what's happened, but take your time. He's insufferable.
Open the cafeteria door. Okay, so we're in a cafeteria on an unknown level of the gate facility. There's vending machines consistent with cafeteria. There are bathrooms. Wow, there's a low transit and a storage room and trash cans. And yeah, you can open and search in trash cans in this. So that's what we're going to start with. Paper scrap. We might as well take everything out of the trash, right? All right. So I don't see anybody out there. He said somebody was locked. Can we open it? We can open it or kick it. Let's kick it first. Not open door from this side. Okay, well, why? Okay, so we have to get on the other side of that cafeteria door. And there's windows over here. If we looked through the windows. I see you. Little slug creature. We're gonna have to find some kind of stick to hit that with. And let's see what's in storage. Oh, do you have anything else to say, Dr. Thule?
If Jaeger thinks I'm crawling through the vents to let him in, he's got another thing coming.
Power socket. And journal entry about Ulrich Thule. So are we going to keep up with the journal? Maybe the vents. Dr. Thule refuses to crawl through the vents. Okay. But, yep, it's a hint. I get it. We also have the gate compendium with entries on people, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, there it is. And look, Dr. Ulrich Thule, physicist, theoretical physicist, coffee aficionado, committed cynic. Dr. Thule has few friends among the gate staff, but like many of his kind, is tolerated for his regular insights and occasional brilliance. Okay, so we've got a good reason to help this guy. He's stuck in here. He's restricted zone notes. Who's watching? Sounds like someone in the research division is conducting an investigation into security at Cascade. Gate operates several tiers of containment protocols. The lowest is Ordo, indicating an item, artifact, or entity is deemed benign to low risk, and requires only basic precautions. Ordo, great, safe. There are several tiers above this, but I'll need a higher security clearance than Blue to learn about them. Power, one of the first things Gate did when it bought this ex-lithium mine in 1977 was install a completely new power and electrical system. Due to safety regulations, it only operates during daylight hours. Okay, so power goes out at night. That's interesting. So we're going to need batteries, I guess. The sheer range of specimens and entities researched here, the Gate Cascade Research Facility, means all staff must be familiar with Emergency Containment Protocols, ECP. My Gate Pal stores useful data and communications. Assuming it works like the ones at the Springer facility, that'll be locked to my security clearance, so it only provides data for sectors I've got access to. Okay, so we have some kind of note-taking tool. That's cool. Let's check out storage. I see vents here already at storage and a whole bunch of duct tape, like new recipe landing cushion when I picked up the duct tape. How do we get to new recipe? Crafting and research. Requires powered crafting bench. We now know how to make A landing cushion. Huh. There's other things we can figure out to make. We know how to make a bandage out of cloth scrap. We can try to learn how to make a crafting bench. So you do these idea things by guessing what you're going to put together and thinking about it. And then it tells you what is wrong out of the items you have. So should try to do it fast minigame, I guess. Crafting bench, we figured it out. Energy brick. So energy brick, we have circuit board, tech scrap, plastic scrap, keyboard, power supply unit, and a fan. Well, energy brick sounds like power supply unit for sure. Probably not a keyboard. So these other two are both yellow. And then is it plastic scrap or a fan? It's cooling down. Yes, it was a fan. Okay. We can't make it yet, but we figured out how to make it. Throw net also uses cloth scrap, so it's a question of bandage or throw nets. Let's maybe hold off on that until we actually see or are closer to one of those little slime-looking things. And let's come back here after checking this door. Alright, this one's locked too. There's some kind of broken pipe and blood smears in there? Okay, okay. That doesn't look good. Alright, let's check the bathrooms. There's a trash can blocking the way into the ladies' room. We'll take the paper scrap. Facility lockdown in progress, ladies. No one in there. It's a little dark. Okay. Nothing spooky. I'm not sure why I went. It's because there's first aid. That's why I went there first. Alright, look at all this stuff. We get bandage, we get healing syringe, we get splint, we get iodine tablets. Oh gosh, iodine tablets that can reduce radiation someone receives as well as reduce radiation they currently have. Okay. That seems like a good haul. Those went into our hotbar. We certainly don't need to be carrying the bandage around like that right now, so why don't we switch to hotbar 5. See if there's any more bandages in the men's room. There's a broken janitor closet. Broken? Why did I say broken? It doesn't look broken. It's just a closet. Ooh, look at all this stuff. Paper scrap, a whole pile. 16 and a chef hat. And cloth scrap. Okay, can we wear the chef hat? Interesting. The hallmark of a true chef. Increase corpse cutting speed. Okay. Corpse cutting. Interesting. We also have lab gloves. Sleek white gloves typically worn by lab workers. Make scrap to give us 1 armor on our arms. Yeah, we should probably be wearing that, considering this is guaranteed to be a dangerous world. Armor. Toilets. Trash cans. Let's search them all. I'm getting a lot of paper from the trash cans. Good. Okay, so I'm not sure I remember what scrap paper is going to be used for. We're going to have to figure out all the crafting here. Bandage is cloth. Paper scrap. Wood plank? Really? If we have a crafting power bench, we can make paper scraps or wood planks. I'm not quite sure. Oh, wow, there's a whole bunch of filters here. Tools, lights and power, base defense, weapon and ammo. Net is weapon and ammo. Health and medical, armor none. Health and medical. Okay, so we did find a splint. So now that we've found it, we understand how to make it. And it takes a wood plank. Healing syringe, we're not quite sure, but we have an idea. Some kind of gross parts. How have we found bioscrap and raw pest to use in this? Antiverse wheat. I'm gonna guess it's bioscrap and raw pest, because I don't know what antiverse wheat is. And maybe no, not glass. Maybe a glass tube. Okay, it was the antiverse wheat. It's a fun little guessing mini game. I don't know if it'll get annoying. Maybe it'll be fun. Let's see. We have pinned recipes, crafting bench, and energy brick for some reason. But yeah, we're gonna figure out those. I'm already kind of getting a Subnautica vibe, which is weird, like getting the chills of the unknown and having like no idea what we're doing. So we gotta get through these grates. There's one up there. We can dismantle them. Oh. We can do that without a tool? Wow, we are mighty. Thought for sure I'd need like a crowbar to do that. There's one back here. So this one's kind of hidden behind the door compared to the other two, so definitely tempted to look in there first. Oh, some duct tape. But yeah, that's the flow tube room. Doesn't look like we can get in there. That great. I could not do anything to. Alright, what's in the next one? This looks like a dead end with some duct tape. Oh, it goes up. Can we get up there? No, this must be an exit from another part of it. Okay. What? Did I not do something it wanted me to? Yeah, I know you want me to open the cafeteria door, but this is locked. Okay. It's nagging me to go that way, but I don't see any way to go except this way. And okay, so that we decided was a fall down. Anything else on these shelves that I might have missed? No. Let's go down in this grate. I feel like I need a flashlight. T. Oh, I have a watch when I hit T. That's nice. Well, there's some hallways. Cloth, scrap, and duct tape. Okay, we're getting a lot of bandage material, which makes me nervous. And we have two grates. Alright, so something in there. That looks like a monster. Oh yeah, there's something. Let's make a net here. We will make one net. Okay, takes a moment, and it puts it in our hands automatically. That's nice. Okay, and then let's dismantle both of these. Oh, nice, and we can do stuff when it's in our hand. So it's kind of like a weapon that you'd find in a shooter. Alright, I'm going away from the creature first because... oh, there's a fan here that we have to figure out how to get through. That's going to need like a big chunk of metal or something. Okay, let's hope for no one-way passages that get us stuck forever. Alright, in here. Not going into the fan blades, but I... Oh. Okay. It was sucking our blood or something. I did not like that. Stop! Oh. Okay, wow. That was pretty bad. Carbuncle. Alright, we got a piece of carbuncle. Great, and it's radioactive. Alright, that's lovely. I'm glad I have a radioactive carbuncle now. What are we going to do with it? Where is it? It's down here. Emitting very low radiation. Some kind of half-gestated being will cause sickness and vomiting. Uncooked. Okay, so we're going to cook this thing. Dangerous radiation when ingested. Decoy. Can be scrapped at repair bench. Okay, so maybe what we want to do is put that in our backpack. And figure out how to scrap it. Because that's gross. What is this? That is, wow, the graphics are awesome. It's like, ooh, okay, so the sparklies on the screen, the little white things, that is hopefully visible in the recording, that is showing that there's radiation here. I'm not going to touch that because it's getting zapped. If I had some kind of stick, I'd poke it with the stick, but we're going past. Alright, I suspect... Oh, carbuncle in compendium data. So how dangerous is it to be looking at my compendium? I'd like to know. Data redacted, so then you have to go and find it? What the heck? Carbuncle. Containment protocols IS-0171A is to be isolated by a perimeter cordon with a radius of 12 feet or greater at all times. No personnel may approach within 10 feet unless wearing full face and body protective wear conforming to GISP bioprotective standards at all time. Full decontamination required on all equipment exposed. Nice. Okay, so 10-foot radius around those things. Got it. I didn't like it. It tried to get us. I really wish there was a flashlight. This is making me nervous. Oh, Run, run, run. Wah. Stop. Stop. Oh yeah. Bio scrap. Whatever that was. Destroyed. I didn't like it. Oh, we can dismantle this stuff. Neat. So we're getting a lot of like scraps to make things out of. We're gonna have to figure out how to make things. What's the best thing to make at any given time? Where are we going? That's the main thing. I have no idea. I'm just like, just as lost as you are. Alright, look at that. We're above the cafeteria. Alright, so we went all the way around. Oh, well, cool. Okay, so we're coming onto that side. That's neat. That feels like we might be going the right way then. A lot of radiation in this area, making me nervous. Ooh. New compendium data about a pest. I'm gonna be reading these every time because this is the first playthrough and I want to see what this stuff is. This entity is weak against blunt damage. Good. Stomp. Didn't like it. Designation sunk. I don't know what that means. This pest is to be separated from researchers by barriers a minimum of 8 feet in height at all times unless subject is sedated or dead. Acoustic baffling is suggested for all containment environments and loud noises or use of power equipment is strongly discouraged. Subject is to be fed remotely. Okay, so they're attracted to sound and they can jump is what I'm reading into that. Great. Okay, so item. We can open it or package it. So packaging something drops all of its loot on the ground and lets you pick up the item to put somewhere else. So I'm gonna grab all the loot. Inside of that thing was a screwdriver and some duct tape. We now have a screwdriver and a toolbox. Toolbox can be scrapped at a repair bench for metal. And I'm not sure if the screwdriver helps us get through these grates, but it feels like our first weapon, basically. Our first our second non-net weapon. Our sneaking. So, I wonder if our sneak skill succeeded on that slug, and that's why it was so easy to get up behind it and snag it. Alright, in here we've got a bunch of piperies. That's what we call pipes that are blowing at us. Dismantle pipes. Alright, from pipes we get pressure gauge and metal pipes. Recipe for boom bait, vacuum, and chef's counter unlocked. Chef's counter. Boom bait. Boom bait. Boom bait. Boom bait. Requires metal scrap and a pressure gauge. That's it? Wow, that actually sounds easy. A device that emits a beeping noise to attract enemies, then a damaging detonation. Of course we're gonna try it. Are you kidding? What else we have? Chef's counter. You need to admit this item, right? So, anvil, metal pipe, metal scrap, wood plank, or desk leg, and power supply unit. So we know that one. Guessing wood planks and like chef. The idea of a chef using an anvil and a metal pipe. Probably gonna be scrap. Yeah. So no anvil, I think, but pipe. So pipe and scrap. Okay, and looking at the thing, that makes sense. There's no anvil visible there. I guess we would have seen one. So let's take that logic. It's hard to see the outline. That's definitely a pipe, though. And some kind of animal parts. Raw carbuncle or bioscrap for a vacuum. Probably the raw carbuncle. And then not a keyboard, but yes, an energy brick. And maybe a pressure gauge for a vacuum. Yeah, look at that. First try. Okay, so we can't make that yet because I just wasted my pressure gauge on building some boom bricks, which are available here. We'll try that the next time we see an enemy, but yeah, we can dismantle some more of these and pick up more. What else? Thought I saw more downstairs. So I'm basically getting over this wall here. Looks like there's maybe something down here though. Oh. Whoops. Does it go toward it? It does not go toward it. Maybe, oh god, I have an injury. Uh-oh. Ah! I thought these would blow. They're just making noises. I thought it would be attracted to the noises. We got it. Oh. Can I cut it up with screwdriver? What is it? Can I stomp on it now? What if I put a... What if I make another set of nets? And we cannot put a net on it. So without a knife, we can't cut it up. So stomping was better because we got parts out of it. Wow, that was... did we get wounded there? That was... We did. Sprained ankle. Oof. Hurt your leg, but not too badly. Okay. So we probably don't need bandages or splint yet. But we do have a healing syringe. Our health is here, I guess. Yeah, overall health. And that's our temperature. Weird. If this so we're taking a little health. Probably not enough to use the healing syringe yet. But yeah, that was sort of bumbling first combat there. They may be attracted to the boom thing, but I think you gotta do it when they don't see you. So if he's coming for you, you want the net. But we're getting so many of these that maybe they make sense. Ooh, look at that flashlight. Let's make some room on our bar before we pick that up. I don't think we need the splint on our bar. Iodine tablets, and maybe we're gonna end up dropping one of these, aren't we? Let's pick up that flashlight though, and look at that flashlight. That how do you turn it on? V. Oh my goodness, that's much better. Okay, we will spare that because clearly it's gonna have a battery life, and we do not yet know how to make batteries. Ooh, every time I jump it says leg injury. Is it getting worse? Leg injury. Leg injury. Sprint. Jumping on a sprained leg. Not good, huh? Not gonna use the splint until we break it. It's gonna heal itself. It's just a sprain. Flashlight. Oh, look at all these goodies. Oh, and there were some back there that we missed. Do I need to get them all? Leg injury, leg injury. I'm a little worried that I'm making it worse. I love the injury mechanic. That's awesome. I'm all like the low poly graphics are like not really like you kind of they just fade to the background and the whole thing kind of works. It is probably a little weird to watch though, I imagine. Pretty sure I heard something. Okay, there's a door. It's okay. Terminal there. Let's pick up these pipes. Wish I had a knife to cut that thing. Oh, a lamp. Nice. Ooh, carbuncle, crown, water bottle, and test tube after turning on the lamp. New ideas. Oh, and a small storage crate and a wall torch. Wow, you get a lot of stuff fast in this. We have carbuncle crown. I'm guessing that's going to take up carbuncle. And a plastic scrap and duct tape. Maybe a rubber band. I like it. Duct tape, plastic scrap, and a carbuncle to your head. We need some plastic scrap, but armor 2 for your head. That sounds like good basic armor. As soon as we find some plastic, we'll be able to do that. If we have no other need for a carbuncle, I thought there was something like the vacuum, right? Yeah, so we're saving that until we get the vacuum. We need that for sure. So, but first things first is energy brick. We also have wall torch. We already know how to make this somehow with a pipe and glass and tech scrap. And then test tube is another idea. You need to invent this item's recipe before it can be crafted. We have test tube, huh? I'm guessing like glass scrap and a lid, or wood plank. No, a table leg. Glass scrap and a table leg. I like it. It's a wood plank. Okay. Now know how to make test tubes. Great. And then storage crate. Let's see, plastic scrap and wood planks. Yep, great. That's everything, I think. Is there a new one? No, there was this. Water bottle. We also can now make a water bottle. Oh, great. So if we find water, we'll check out the water bottle. Cooking. Hey Kentaro, I'm looking for a gift for a friend of mine who loves cooking. This is from G. Cavalier, Cascade Internet Internal. Any thoughts? Kimomura. They want to be a chef? Give them a knife. Until you chop it up, you can't cook it. Aha. Knife. We're going to learn how to make a knife. Shiv. Nice. Learned how to make a shiv. Any other emails? That was really valuable. Okay, we now know that computers are worth reading, and we're going to go chop that guy up as soon as we learn how to make a shiv. Tools. 1. Shiv pens. We need a bundle of office pens. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're not finding that anytime soon. Alright, there's stairs up here with some kind of alarm and scary panel. I don't seem to have a way to interact with the alarm. Well, if you could pull that apart, make it shut up. Okay, and then in here, oh, looks like a kitchen. Oh. How long does it take to blow? Oh, I only got one of them. Oh, it didn't. Oh, you did get him. He's like rolling. All right, this though. Another one. Ah, ow. All right, we can still stomp it even though it's on the counter. Nice. And you lose the net when you stomp it. But oh, we'll take that. Thank you. Yeah, that's better than a shiv. Plastic tray. I bet we can convert that to plastic scrap. Let's go collect that last body we left back here. Looks like our injured leg is better. Oops. Raw pest rump. And raw pest. Yeah, let's cook some pest. Guess we're gonna do a little cooking. Seems like we're in a kitchen. Where did I go? Why can't you just wear the aprons? Alright, we might be collecting too much stuff. Yes, inventory full. Pans. Trays. Oh, we're gonna have to collect all of this stuff. That is raw pest we can't pick up. Okay, so nice. There's definitely a frying pan here. Can I get the stuff out of it? Oh, frying pan and cooking pot makeshift. We've learned how to make those. Let's check that out. So now I can cook, or make stuff to cook in, I guess. Don't need to learn how to make those, we just know. Alright, hold on. This was a stove or something? Industrial stove, so you can just put pans on this. Frying pan we can just pick up. Let's try dropping some stuff here. I have plenty of metal pipes. I'm gonna drop a stack of those for now. I don't know. Can you drop things? Oh, there it is. Drop item. Okay. Oh, nice. And it just stays as 1 even though there's 12 there. Interesting. Ooh. Love digging in the trash bins. This time we got a hose. Ooh, a hose. Let's get the food first. Okay. The food stays on the grill when you pick up the frying pan. That's interesting. Okay. Select item. Industrial stove. So we got the fried food. Cooked pork chop. Nice. Let's eat this right away because I have no idea when the last time we ate was. How do you eat? Maybe in health? Not hungry. Okay, maybe we're just gonna carry around the fried pork chop for now. That's fine. Whoa, I missed that. The cooking tray. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Chef apron. Wait, that's different than the aprons we've been pulling off the walls. Okay. Let's see. We're not going to need the toolbox anytime soon, so we'll leave that here. Pressure gauge we need for the vacuum. Let's get that now. Chef apron. Alright, we're going to put that on. Classic mess preventing cooking apron. Our first armor. Very nice. What else does he have? A chef hat. We already have that, so I'm gonna leave it on him. Okay, I do want to figure out how to cook though. We have a frying pan. Select item. So we probably have to put it in our hand. Maybe. Place frying pan. Okay. And now, oh, hold E to select item. Ah, there we go. Okay. We put metal scrap in the frying pan. Neat. Cook some of this bio scrap, raw pest rump, and raw carbuncle. Let's not cook the raw carbuncle. We need that. Let's cook bio scrap. That sounds like generic. No, it sounded like generic enough that why is this not working? I don't understand. Okay, I don't get cooking yet. I can't put things directly on the stove. I can place the frying pan directly on the stove. I can remove it. How do I put stuff in the frying pan? Maybe you can't just cook any of this stuff. It looks like it wants you to be able to, though. Oops, let's do the rump. Okay, just can't cook bio scrap. Nice. Okay, let's cannot bake raw pest rump. Okay. Says no. Let's not do the carbuncle. We can't do scrap. What about metal scrap? No. Okay. So if we knew what we're doing with cooking, we could try to bake the raw pest rump. But as it is, it sounds like we failed. Does that mean it's going to try every time we put it in there? Maybe. It's quite possible we just will not know how to cook at all until we figure out our cooking. Throwing. Cooking. It's got to be there. It is. 0. Okay, so we're not going to learn how to cook unless we figure out how to level things up. Got it. We'll leave frying pan here for now. Can we cook plastic in there? Let's try that. Cushion chest plate and plastic shield. I like the sound of that. Alright, where? And water. Are we thirsty yet? Let's make a water bottle for sure and fill that with water, but first I wanted to see what happens. Put plastic in here. We cannot. Okay. I want to be able to just drop stuff from... Interesting. I want to be able to drop stuff from my hands. But I guess you can't. Toolbox. Right. We can place you here. Nice. And now we can put things in there. Okay, so let's put a pile of metal pipe in there. Small pile of metal pipe. How come we can't combine these? No. 16 is the stacking capacity. Okay. And then we can put a tray in there also? Possibly? Testing limits? Yes, okay. We have a knife and a couple screwdrivers. Let's throw one of our screwdrivers in there and we'll come back for that toolbox later. There's a bunch of good stuff in there. Hopefully it is safe. A little worried about the radiation, but I'm more worried about the time that this episode is taking. This button here. Stick around next episode when plastic scrap, when we decide what we're going to do with that button and whether or not we should wash our hands. There's a door over there. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope to continue this series, and any support along those lines would help make it happen. Bye bye.